What up, guys? Welcome to Solo Dolo Sports Facebook page. We are here in Jamel McCray career mode on Madden 18. A throwback, brought him back for one more season with the Broncos, 34 years old. And this will be his final game. How you guys doing tonight? Friday night, just chilling, watching all kinds of stuff on TV, but I also wanted to get this episode in and end what has been a great career, but a really bad, really tough 11th season for our boy, Jamel McCray. Let me remind you, Jamel McCray was the first superstar when I started my Facebook page of doing doing solo dolo. He was the first superstar when this whole thing started. He played with Columbia State and was really the driving force of the start of that of my college football series for NCAA Football 14 team builder. He was the first superstar. Here we are, 11 years in, you think, he would have had a pretty damn good season, even though, regression hits. And regression really hits hard in Madden, especially in Madden 18. I mean, Madden 18 was when, to me, the game started going kind of, unlike previous games where it was like, okay, these are the games where they had, of course, they first put in the engine that they put in to the game, and then regression and all that stuff. It's really weird. But we're in the 11th season. Been playing, it's now, I think, 2028. He's played since 2017. Of course, 2017 was his rookie year. He was undrafted, even though they say he was drafted. Didn't play 2018. Was with the Jets. It doesn't say that he was with the Jets. Then he spent his first 4 years with the Jets. Then he goes to the Niners. Puts up these big numbers: 4.5 yards a carry, 20 touchdowns. 2022, 1,811 yards, 15 touchdowns, 4.9 yards a carry. Almost 1,600 yards, 5 yards a carry, 12 touchdowns. And then a monster year in 2024, 1,847 yards, 4.8 yards a carry, 30 touchdowns. The best rushing touchdown season of all time. He crosses the 2,000-yard barrier in 2025, 4.5 yards a carry and 22 touchdowns. Probably his best year statistically. Even the touchdowns were pretty good. Kind of slacked off a little bit, 1,234 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, 13 touchdowns. And, of course, his final year with the Texans. These 2 years, I think this last year was with the Texans. The 2027 last year was with the Texans. 734 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, 15 touchdowns. Got the touchdowns, not really big on yards per carry or yards total. But this year, he's completely fell off the cliff. 225 attempts, 645 yards, 2.9 yards a carry, and 8 touchdowns. It's not good. And this is the season, 31 carries, 118 yards, one game. 27 carries, 92 yards in one game. 8 for 71, 8.9 yards a carry. That was a great game. 2 touchdowns. Had 2 touchdowns. In this game, only had 63 yards at 2.4 yards a carry. But usually it's been these games. 2.9, 3.0, 3.3, 3.3. But he did score 2 touchdowns. 2.4, 2.6, 1.9, 1 yard. 15 carries, 1 yard. Wow. 10 yards, or is it saying, okay. 15 attempts, 15 yards, 15 yards. 10 yards, 7 carries. 4 yards, 7 carries. Minus 2 yards, 5 carries. It's been brutal. Of course, we're in the last year of his contract, and I'm definitely retiring him. It was kind of interesting bringing him back, but it just hasn't gone the way I wanted to go. I'm surprised I actually finished the season, but I did. And this is all his accolades. Pro Bowl, 4 Pro Bowl appearances, league leader in rush yards 4 times, 2021 best running back, 2022 offensive player of the year, 2022 best running back, 2024 most valuable player, 2024 offensive player of the year, 2024 best running back, 2025 offensive player of the year, and 2025 best running back. A lot of awards. So, great career, just not a great ending to his career. But, you know, he was the first superstar. I was kind of glad to bring him back. I knew this year was going to be this bad. Probably wouldn't have. But at the end of the day, you know, he's number 2 in rushing touchdowns all time. So that's pretty cool that he got that this year. The Broncos are 2-12. We are terrible. Almost the worst team in the league. Nothing to write home about. You know, you look at offensively, where are we? We're probably at the bottom. Offense is a real problem in here. Only the Jets are worse. But they got more yards than we do. If you look at passing yards, I got them there. Rushing yards, we're probably the worst rushing team in the league. I mean, if this game was really realistic, Jamel McCray would have been benched a long time ago. Broncos are top 10 in defense, though. We're good defensively at times, so this offense isn't helping them out. Conversions, probably dead last. Oh yeah, dead last, conversions. Red zone efficiency, actually we're pretty good in the red zone. Not great, but pretty good. What do we do? 19 offensive touchdowns, 18 field goals, 46 offensive red zone trips. Yep. 80%. So, penalties, of course, don't do penalties too much. Turnovers, where are we? 1, +1, which is not bad considering how terrible we are. Considering how terrible we were. You look at just the season in general. Everything starts with Ray Camelot. 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Pretty much tells you the kind of season he had. Never got benched. But this is Madden 18, so AI is kind of screwed up. Surprisingly, nope. I mean, maybe I should have gave someone else the ball. We have another halfback, and I don't know why I didn't use him. I mean, because I did that in the last, when I played with the 49ers, I would use another back other than Jamel McCray to give him some rest. Probably should have done that a lot more because it would have made it more realistic, you know. If he's not producing, he shouldn't get the ball. And maybe I'll do that today. Just try to give someone else the ball, give someone else the opportunity. So I was receiving and throwing the ball. This team was really good. Curtis Ritzman, really good tight end. Out, but he's out. He won't be in this game. Quick development from Texas, 31 years old. Will regress and not be that good. Jack Whalen Dunn, 89 overall. 26 years old, has superstar development. He's going to be really good for this team. If the series is going to continue, he would have been really, really good. He was one of those players that just stood out. So, defensively, never really looked at the defense. They did good, you know. They did good for us. I mean, but they just needed help. You know, offensively, we weren't able to give them any help, so they struggled. Of course, I can check career stats for Jamel McCray right now. 2,990 attempts. I'll try to get him to 3,000 today. Try to give him some touches because why not? It's the end. 13,626 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, 148 rushing touchdowns. That's second most in all time, which is good. As far as receiving, for his career, Jamel McCray, 401 receptions, 1,822 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's been mostly used as a receiver with this Bronco offense. I really haven't used him running the football a lot because he doesn't get anything. As far as NFL records, Jamel McCray, as far as the rushing yards, Emmitt Smith still owns that. Ezekiel Elliott's still playing. He will actually still do that. We're right now, I think we're tied with Bettis. I think we might move in front of Bettis after this game. So that's pretty cool. Rushing touchdowns, of course, they say 49ers, but he's a Bronco right now. 148 touchdowns for Jamel McCray, putting him in second with Emmitt Smith. And all the other stuff like game. You look at the game, rushing yards in a game. Adrian Peterson. Jamel McCray doesn't make the list. Rushing touchdowns in a game. Jim Brown. Ricky Waters, I remember him. Abdullah. McCray makes the list twice. 5 touchdown games in 2024 and 2025. Let's go to season. Rushing yards in a season. There's Eric Dickerson, Adrian Peterson, Jamal Lewis, Barry Sanders. McCray comes in at number 5. He's had the 5th most rushing yards in a season because he passed Terrell Davis by a yard. There's CJ from the Titan years, OJ Simpson, of course. Oh, yeah, and actually Jamel McCray makes the list twice in rushing yards in a season. Rushing touchdowns, Jamel McCray owns that. He passed Tomlinson back in 2024, 30 touchdowns in one season. Most in league history. And he had 22 in 2025. Awesome career, awesome career. Not a great way to end it, but really good career. And as far as legacy, which is broken, and Madden 18 was really, really broken. But, yeah, I mean, all these awards, he should have more legacy than that, considering all he's done. But, he hasn't won a Super Bowl. It's one of him and Tyler Morgan, Anthony Singleton, they didn't win Super Bowls in career modes. So they just couldn't do it. But let's go ahead and get this game over with as we play the Raiders, which in this universe, they're still in Oakland. We're going to play the Raiders, and one of the best careers in my Facebook page history tonight. Yeah, it's been fun though. I mean, like I said, I just wish he won more games. I wish we won more games, and I wish that he could have like regression wasn't so bad in Madden. Especially Madden 18. Good God. Of course, Madden 22 is coming out, and I'll actually have access to that. And I'm just hoping for a better game. I think Madden 20 was a step in the right direction. It was kind of cool. But Madden 21 was so bad. I didn't even hardly. I still got the game. It's still sitting in my cabinet. I don't even play it. But Madden 22 is supposed to have all this stuff in it, so I'm looking forward to it. As far as career modes, pretty much done with career modes after my comp, so. But it's been really, really fun.
move for his team on the ground against one of their biggest enemies. It's the Broncos going up against the Raiders.
Of course, we're not playoff. We're not going to playoffs.
Coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport.
It's
as both
31.
teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders.
All right, Jamel McCray, play it out, rush for 25 yards. Be lucky to get that. And actually, I did set the game back from 10 minutes a quarter to 13. The reason why you do that is so he can have opportunities to touch the ball, which, given how bad he was, probably wanted to keep it at 10 minutes. But he scored 8 touchdowns. But this is like by far his worst season. His worst season of his career. Let's see what formations have for me. We have different backs. Let's use other guys. I want to use another guy. I should have been doing that anyway. Well, they're gonna give me the ball anyway. Probably not a good idea. The hand's great. It's just no speed at all, man. No speed.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play.
Oh yeah, I'm 17. What am I doing?
The key is having guys on the roster who
Never
are
mind.
capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stacked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Back to throw here.
Done.
This man complete over the middle. That's done. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down
All right.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week.
No, we don't. We're 3-12. What are you talking about?
I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
All right, 3rd and 6, Camelot. Can you do it? Get it done!
That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this
All
across
right.
midfield.
That's pretty good.
Shy of the 40. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Good throw by Camelot. That's what you like to see, man. I mean, he's had some good games. It's just we needed big plays, man. I just never got it this season. Not enough of them. Great out here. Do it again.
It's done. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
I know this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. They're more in the box than I want them to be there. Block it good? Yeah, go. McCray, yes.
And he was able to shoot
Finally
the
some
tackle,
yards.
and the reserves come in for the stop. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
All right, no problem. I think we can go. Should I throw it or should I run it? I'm definitely not going to use McCray for this, though. Definitely going to go somewhere else with this. If we can help it. I'd rather go with a fullback. Or we can go ISO. We'll go ISO.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
We can get a yard, I know. Or inch. Yes, we get more than an inch. Great. That's the best he's looked. I might get 25 yards. I just might get it.
But those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Those guys, mostly that never happens. He can get inches though. We can get some tough yards, but the big plays are just not there anymore. The McCray big plays that he was making. Oh, he was great. Yeah. Holt.
It's Holt. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
All right.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Back to throw now on first down. He just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
All right.
So second and 10 here.
Sullivan.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third.
Oh, okay.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
I think what you want to do might be a bad thing to do, but I think you give it to McCray on this one. ISO may not get it though. I might get it.
Play now this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on third and goal?
The touchdown 149. Can we do it? Yes, we do. Jamel McCray with the touchdown.
Denver.
149.
There is 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical?
Pretty good opening drive. That's usually what we don't do. And McCray scores a rushing touchdown. So that's pretty cool. Like to see that.
Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And it's the Chiefs that have grabbed the early lead over the Chargers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And Denver getting set to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from a local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what we'll do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team...
Well, one thing's for sure, McCray won't be here for it.
Check out their team scouting and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
You need to get rid of Ray Camelot. The AI should recognize that, hey, I throw a lot of interceptions. You need to start the other guy. That needs to get more advanced.
This one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receiver work on a little bit more.
Good.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Go for it.
Get 10 there, but leaves him just short.
You're not going to go for it?
I think the
You're 3 and 12. Why don't we just go for it?
Because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
It's third down, 1-on-1. You got to go to the marker, go with it.
Gotta love this. Normally you would not go for it. You're on your own, in your own territory. But you're 3 and 12. What do you got to lose? That's rushing touchdown. I think that's a hard thing to do. I think it's not going to happen, but you never know. I'm not trying to run the ball too much because I'm not trying to
take the field. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
It's been a bad season,
You got to
man.
look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Camelot, go! Don't fumble. Good.
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked for someone else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
I've had seasons like this before. I'm like, I remember, like playing with the Detroit Lions with Malcolm Conrad, and first time I played with the team on Madden 19 and how terrible the team was and how we lose games, how the offense struggled, and I had to sit there, that didn't go well. And you had to sit there and just deal with that. Like, man, we're terrible. We can't, off defense was terrible. And Conrad was just throwing interceptions all the time. And I was just like, God, I mean, Madden 19 makes Madden 18 look decent. But both Madden 18 and Madden 19 were terrible. They were terrible. They're terrible games. Career mode wasn't that bad, though, but the regression part is pretty bad. Ooh, go McCray! That was pretty good. That looked really exciting. Close to his total, close to 25 yards. Believe me, for McCray to get 25 yards with how terrible of a season it's been, I would love for him to have a 100-yard game. I just don't think it's going to happen. Well, wound down the first quarter.
Meanwhile, we will not get another play as time will run out.
Either just throw the ball and done.
Is the score. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're like you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
What play do I want to choose here? We can go for this play. I think that's an easy 4 yards we can
And on the
get.
outside, they're playing press coverage.
You're just going to play the drag route with Dunn. I think that will be an easy throw for Camelot. You should just do that throw. No problem. Get it, McCray! Yeah! Yes! Woo!
A good pickup there, 22.
I thought, don't throw the ball to me. Don't throw the ball to me. And he threw the ball to me, and I was like, good, you threw the ball to me.
Be aware, a ball may come your way.
Jamel McCray wanting to go out in style. Yeah, my career may be over. I may suck now, but I can give you a big play every now and again. It's pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome, man. Camelot actually throwing the ball pretty good.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
No! No!
Intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Man, I should have called that. I shouldn't have called that play. That was a bad play to call.
This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So he has the same amount of touchdowns and the same amount of interceptions.
Back on the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Oh yeah, the Raiders have to win to make the playoffs. We're just trying to play spoiler. Man, Raiders should have never left Oakland. I understand why they did it. Because these cities that have these NFL teams, they don't want to invest and put money behind their teams. I get it, and build these stadiums. The stadiums, you got to renovate your stadium or get another stadium, man. You can't just sit on your stadium and just say, hey, we're just going to not do anything. I don't know. They should have stayed in Oakland, though.
Trying to shake off the interception.
Done. Big pass.
Guys made on the in route, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside
Pretty
the
awesome.
45. Denver has a first down on a 15-yard play.
Am I recording? Should be recording. I don't know. Yeah, I want to get the ball to McCray a little bit. If I still see the front pretty bad. That front.
They'll set up to throw.
Okay, good play.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down.
Now I can get the ball to McCray. I
I
feel more comfortable giving him the ball when it's second and short. That's where I feel comfortable.
Just like they do it in practice.
But just to say, we're just going to give him the ball and just hope, he gets a couple of yards. I can't do that with him anymore. It just doesn't work. It's got to be short. And the blocking's got to be there.
They run a draw here.
He came off of him.
Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round wins the offense, second round the defense.
I know what play will work for this.
The Broncos on third down. They've been near perfect.
Give it to Anderson.
Here it's 3rd and 3.
Do not throw it to me. In fact, I'm going to stay still so you don't throw it to me. Or maybe I should let you don't stay still. I don't know.
Set up a throw.
No, because that usually happens. I knew it. That's why I said don't do it. Because I knew that he was going to throw over there and miss me. What he does. This quarterback sucks. Camelot sucks, man. But we got a lead. We're not that bad off. We got a lead. We might just win a game. Might be, end the season 4-12.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Got it. Sullivan.
He's got a man. That's Sullivan. And he's blocked down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards there to Denver first down.
All right. Give him those simple plays. Don't give him these hard plays that he can't do anything with.
They'll look to throw here.
No.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play.
We gotta go
And
downfield.
we're in the 2nd and 14. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Don't have the speed anymore.
Ran to the football and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Go to Sullivan, get some of these yards back.
They look to throw.
Ooh, good. Done!
Wide open, complete. And he is into the
Yes.
end zone for a Denver
Jacqueline,
touchdown.
Jack Whalen done.
Big play there. 81 yards.
Oh, he's a superstar.
Will extend their lead.
That's pretty cool.
An update from down in Southern California. The Chargers out to an early lead over the Chiefs.
I call verticals, but I don't like calling verticals, but 9-18 they work, so I call them. 9-18 they work. So why not do it? That's pretty cool. It'd be another cool is I get Jamel McCray that second touchdown and give him the 150 rushing touchdowns. I really want to do that. But Denver's got a lead. The lead has been, cut down, but we have a lead, which is really, really weird, considering how terrible this team is. We are terrible. Give it to Dunn. Give it to Dunn.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, but that works.
It's Holt. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The ball's working.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now back to throw.
Done.
His man complete over the middle. It's done.
Good.
Showed the nice footwork.
Give me that second down and short. I can give
7 yards to pick up
Trey the ball.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Inside zone run. It's not there. Don't want to give him the ball if we can't get any yards out of it.
From the shotgun.
Yeah, it's still there. Passing game's working. Keep going.
Inside the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
An update from down in Southern California. The Chargers out to an early lead over the Chiefs. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Ball play before the 2-minute warning.
They'll drop the throw.
Gray with the block. Oh.
1:59 to go in the first half. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
All right.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission.
Let's try flanker under.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
I won't run this route so he doesn't throw it to me. I need him to throw it to the receivers or tight end or something. Do not throw it to me. Come on, Camelot. Oh!
Can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because incompletions on first and second down. They got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're only going to have to.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here. Complete to
We'll get a field goal out of it.
Now, whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense.
All right, cool. We got the field goal. Let's go for another big play. John's having a great game. I think we can go to him again. We can go to the well again.
Throwing here, start the drive.
Oh! Hangs on.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. He'll drop to throw.
Oh.
And that is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll pick the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Well, able to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
Henderson, can you get open? You take it off me. I'm not even going to run the route because I know what he's about to do. No, don't run the route.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route.
That's why I didn't do it.
Down here to the 43.
I knew what he was about to do. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw it to you. Don't throw it to me.
They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this. Got a big target, a guy you can spot pretty easily.
Come on! What are you doing? Yeah. Timeout.
Contact by sliding. Now the timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before.
Yeah, one more chance to make a big play.
Down in Southern California, the Chargers out to an early lead over the Chiefs. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Need you to get to Sullivan. Or to me if I get open. Camelot, make this throw.
Looking to throw. And the throw sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
I had it, man. We had it. One more play. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Get the field goal out of it. Get the field goal out of it.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Yeah, I've turned this team into a passing team. We rarely run the ball. Because we haven't had much success.
And they'll take this forward.
Couple yards.
About the 7. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not enough.
The second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Actually, he's not. It's been like really, really bad. Regression is just so hard in Madden. Should I go for a vertical again?
So they stay on the ground for second down. Now they'll throw here.
Got it. Vertical works. Keep using it.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Javon Holt. I played this whole season. Never heard of him. He's in the game. He's in the game. Is anyone injured? Because I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah, he might be, because Richmond is out. Looker. Oh yeah, Fisher Allison's out. He's one of the receivers. So Holt is one of those receivers. He's just one of those other receivers. Bench receiver. So we're getting to see him. Really making a really big impact on the game. Like to see that.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Oh, Zeke is still in the... Yeah, of course I said Zeke's still in the league. He's rushing right now. They're down to the Giants right now, though. Oh, Holt, did he hang on? He held on.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight
Off the
end,
bench
curling
doing
in
this.
the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
As usual, more passing than running. The running's just not there. And I'm trying not to force it to give him a really bad game. But that's good right there.
And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. It's a 6-yard gain.
And he's got 26 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
An update from down in Southern California. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
No! Yeah!
This defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You almost got tackled in the backfield.
When you abandon the running game, it's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality,
Yeah, it's time to retire. This doesn't have the speed, the power. This doesn't have that anymore. Yep, it's time to retire.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Got it, Holt.
He's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the
Pretty
chains
cool.
as well.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Having that kind of game. Been pretty cool. Try a play I don't usually use. Wide receiver screen. Done.
It's complete on the
Good yards.
That's done.
Good yards.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution, it's not just performance, it's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And give it to Dunn again. Let's McCray gets open. Dunn gets open. There you go. Sears having a really good day.
Another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Good game by Camelot, man. Didn't expect it. Receivers are catching the ball.
Offense lining up 1st and 10.
Again, Holt. Holt. They just can't stop our offense. He just
chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
Good passing game. We pass the ball a lot, so we should be used to doing it. But we sure as hell can't run it. Now we're McCray. One of the weirdest seasons I ever played.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
I knew the regression was coming, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Yeah, good catch by McCray. Got some yards out of it.
Despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs.
Yeah, that's still good.
Part of any passing offense nowadays.
An update from down in Southern California.
Usually he misses.
On the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Got it! Touchdown! Broncos.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do
didn't know where he had it in him, man.
Have an emphasis on starting fast. Game.
Offense actually is putting up the points.
First 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
We're putting up the points. I can believe we are one of the worst offenses in the league.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Used to be I would give McCray the ball in this situation, but nope, not in this situation. We don't. The blocker, but I missed the block. By Romanowski. Yeah, well, we're still up by 2 scores. You're up, you need to run the football, though. And we don't have that. Go! Okay, go! Go! Woo!
Past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Okay, another run again.
Set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
McCray again, yeah.
Powers way up near the 25.
Pretty good.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down. And
So we got a good play action pass here.
Inside 3 seconds left on the play clock.
Try to play action wide receiver screen.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too.
Try to run this ball a little bit, but also try to do some trick plays with it. 2nd and 4. Get the ball done.
That's done. And down he'll go at the 25.
Just a yard.
That catch good for only a yard, and it will be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall, let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Broncos on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Got it. Done.
Quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
No, out there.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brand, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now the offense behind the chains here a touch on.
But I will also say this. The Denver's offensive line hasn't been great for McCray. Oh, I missed the block. Is this Bill Romanowski's son? Where did he come from? 2028. What the hell, is Bill Romanowski playing again?
Something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Ooh. Hulk actually dropped the pass. Yeah, I knew the offense would show its true colors eventually. We are not a good offensive team. We're still not, because we can't run the football effectively. Oh well. Last quarter of McCray's career. Defense is holding though. Defense is holding. That's good. They have a good inside zone play. We can run. I choose to play. Oh! Not responsible for this.
They needed in the 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense.
I shouldn't have threw the slant.
They need to execute.
I just rushed it audible and called a slant. That was dumb. But the zone was actually to stay on the ground, if anything.
Scoreboard there in the fourth now in Carson. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Yeah. Don't go down.
Tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken farm from last night's gone to your head.
Yes. How many times you've heard that? Fullback. That's what the fullback can do.
They'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space.
Should use that more to establish some sort of running game. But oh well. 3rd and short, what do you want to do? Need a really good play. If it's there, use it. I hate to just be the run a play into the ground.
They converted 7 times.
That's what Sullivan has heard.
Here it's 3rd and 2.
And it works. Keep using it.
That's complete.
The flag on.
Going down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Right. We will accept
So
that.
they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for face masks.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
Try to run this football.
They'll give it here to his running
Pretty
back.
good.
They will push forward
Not
from
bad.
down to the 37. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You take in charge.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Can't pass it too much with Camelot. Camelot, whatever his name is. Of course, I called a dumb play the last time. That's more me than him. Good job.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Carson. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Come on, McCray, yeah.
The 22 here.
Get some yards.
To set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Maybe I can get that. Now I can get 150.
This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd down following the run.
First down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Yeah, best game in a while.
They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
I have a pass, but safe passes.
Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Love to get that touchdown 150.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
No, Hope drops it.
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there, defenseman, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll look to throw. Incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. becomes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Come on, get the first downs and keep this drive going. What's not going to happen? Get on the block! No!
He'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Would have loved to have got touchdown 150. But we get a field goal, we're like we're going to win. Should be able to get a field goal, but we do.
Scoreboard there on the 4th now in Carson. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Jamming the receivers. Oh, man, AI, don't you love it?
They'll give it here to his running back. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Do my eyes
Yes.
deceive me, or is he getting stronger? Is this
What a way to end his career.
Seems just as good here in the 4th as it was.
What a way to end a career.
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
We'll do the stretch. We'll do more power running.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And again this time to the tailback.
Get it!
And he'll go down at the 28.
McCray! Wow!
Use another timeout here. That'll be their second.
What a game. What a way to finish, man. He knows it's the last game. This is last game.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume.
This is the way he should end his career. With a win and running hard and ending the game.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Oh!
The nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I should give him one more chance at it. 33. I would usually kneel on it.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
I think what we should do, give him one more time. One more time. Let's end his career with one more.
They'll give it here to his running back. They'll take this inside the 30.
That's the way to end it.
28-yard line. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation.
Well, I just did that for kicks.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? One of their will on the defense was that 5 straight runs.
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive.
Grady will end his career. Didn't get the first down, but he ends his career on a good note. Touchdown, pretty good game, and he ends it with a Denver helping the team get their 4th victory of the season.
Elsewhere, they're on the 4th quarter of MetLife Stadium, and it's the Giants that wound up winning that one. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. A A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game. They also love baseball games that are 14 to 11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
Hang on.
Broncos, they finish off the season with a victory, which is the good news. The bad news is that it'll wrap up a dreadful 4-12 campaign.
What? McCray ends his career on a good note. Not a good note as far as this game, but as far as like the season, it's been terrible. Jacqueline Dunn's going to be a beast. I would love to have seen what he would have been doing.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this
We
is
actually ran the football.
on EA Sports. For more,
Pretty
check
cool.
us out at
Pretty cool.
easports.com. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
Jamel McCray, 21 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, Ken Camelot, 384 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Let's get rid of. I have both teams. No. Broncos. 4.1 yards a carry and a touchdown. Not bad, McCray. Way to end your career. Jamon Holt was really good. Would love to see him. He's like this is his second season. Had a big game. Dunn was really good. It's the way to end your, if you're going to end it, that's the way to end it. Get a win. You help the team get the win. And that's pretty damn good. Can't beat that. When was that rushing touchdown for, it was here. It was here. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just going to put up a picture. Put up a picture of Jamel McCray's last touchdown. Wasn't glamorous, but you get it. Touchdown 149. At 150, but you still got a touchdown. 9 rushing touchdowns on the season. That's pretty good. Touchdown 149. Finish game. You guys will be here as I officially retire Jamel McCray. Jamel McCray, of course, was the first star that I ever had. The running back. The guy that I look forward to and playing with Columbia State Supercharger. You know, really was the one that helped that series and that dynasty be as big as it was. He was the first real superstar. And I'm going to retire him. Finally. And I guess they have to simulate all this stuff. We already done seen his stats for his career. So I'm not really worried about that. Really good career. Hate that it ended with a losing season like that, and only averaging like not that many yards and all that stuff. But he was still had a really good career. Off season. So, Kansas City wins the Super Bowl in 2028 with some quarterback we really won't know. Comes a crazy universe. I can't spend my XP points until I join the team. Okay. We're going to go ahead and sim all this. I'll be interested to see if anyone will actually take McCray. I'm just curious, will anybody actually take him? Stage 3. How many stages is it? Like 4? So if it gets to stage 4 and nobody takes him, I'll go ahead and retire him. Just curious. Nobody. There is no takers for Jamel McCray. We'll go to stage 4, and then I will officially retire him. Even if a team does offer him something, I just don't really want to do this to him anymore. Here's the news in 2028. Different world, man. Different world. But it's over. It's time to retire. Congratulations, Jamel. You lived the dream of many former college players. To make an NFL roster as a taller, reduced size, and undrafted player, something to be proud of. We will give you a chance to prove you belong. I make people say they played 12 years in the league, hold your head high. Well, he also broke a lot of records. But, we will retire him. And it's over. Jamel McCray, great career. Madden wasn't as broken as it was back when this game came out. I think back in 2017. Your career accomplishments would have been recognized. But I recognize your accomplishments. Salute, sir. Great career. Enjoy retirement as one of the greatest to ever have done it. Jamel McCray. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me for Jamel McCray's final game. See you guys later with more content coming up. Solo Dolo out.